pit, so long as they pledge their service to one of them. But these are old legends.
How would I ever get the gods to help me?
Behind us is Ter Evron, said to pierce the shroud itself and a place of communion with all gods. If ever there was a time for prayer, you have found it.
Who would I pray to? Any god you can, I should think.
I would pray first to those gods you like best. I hope for your sake the feeling is shared.
So the only way to get through the pit is to pray for help?
Not the only way. Just the only one that doesn't end with your body impaled on jagged rocks.
Is there no other way?
None.
How do I pray?
Ter Evron is also called the Hall of Stars, and the stars show us the allegiances of the gods. When stars are in conjunction, we know the gods they represent are aligned as well. You should choose a place to pray where you'll be closest to those you want to hear you. If a god stands alone, you should pray to that god. If they band together, you should address them all. Choose your words wisely, for all gods expect proper homage, and none has patience for fools.
Do we have
What
more
do you
questions?
wish to know?
How did you know I was pursuing Theos?
The same way that you are no doubt able to peer into the ether and experience the souls of others. It is something we are born with, some more, some less. A gift common to many creatures of the wilds. You share certain similarities with the man you pursue. For your sake, I pray they are few and of no consequence.
Mentioned that people come to these realms without knowing why. A soul has a will of all its own. It needs and whims are seldom understood, but they follow them all the same.
There is something about this place that reaches beyond our understanding, something like a beacon. The elms have a way of uniting souls that have been seeking one another, with or without their owner's awareness. Sometimes it is for love, sometimes for vengeance, sometimes for peace. Often it is for no reason we will ever know. In your case, let us hope it is for peace.
Or vengeance.
Before you go, tell me this, old one. I'm curious. If you were to subdue your enemy, what would you do with him? What would give you peace?
Wish to undo the harm he's caused.
You would need to have twice as many lifetimes as he to repair his savage work.
But perhaps there are strides you can make.
All the same, think on this matter. Be assured in your course. In the end, it may mean all the difference, not just to his soul, but to yours. And be warned. Some questions have answers that can never be learned, and it is those that trouble the soul above all others. May you find an answer to yours.
What is this? Let's see. Books to read.
This place is one where a spirit may hear.
For this shrine sits the constellation of a snarling hound, fangs bared. Oh. Is this a puzzle? Let's see. Suck the first one, see what happens. Oh, I guess it is a puzzle. I get it wrong and I have to fight. Nice. And they kick ass too. Jeez, he went down fast.
Just Ixi Ana.
Alright. Let's figure this out in a second. Oops. Come on, let me... I'll be back in a second. And then we'll get back to this. See what we have to do. Okay, let's see. Let's save it again real quick, just in case.
A divine contraption that I would dearly love to inspect.
All right, then.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 things. Shrines. Snarling Hound. Okay. This one is an egg. Probably a dragon egg. Bareth. Skull. Hylia. Gallowayne. And I have to read these books. That's not gonna happen. Um, so let's pick one. See, this is the first one. Gallowayne. And it is Hound's Head. See if there's any mention up here. Book of the Hunt. Gallowayne. They really want me to read these. That wasn't it. I'm not reading all those. Here we go. You kneel in front of the shrine, you feel yourself pushed forward. You can catch yourself on your hands and knees, feeling warm, damp ground beneath them. Looking around, you find yourself crouched in a clearing in the middle of the woods. The smell of dirt hangs heavy in the air. Behind you is a darkened room filled with the candlelit shrines. Ahead, you hear the howl of some kind of hound. You feel certain it's a vision, but the hairs on the back of your neck still rise. I've come to see Gawain's favor. Howling beast falls silent, and you hear a rustling in the foliage nearby. Something is watching you. Howl back. Beast bays in response, its voice high and clear. The thick undergrowth shivers and moments, and heavy paws pound the wet grass. You're not certain if the creature is hunting or leading you, but you instinctively give chase. As you tumble through the dew spackled bushes and clawing brambles, each stride feels longer than the last. You draw lungfuls of crisp, clean air and feel your energies renewed. The rhythm of your stride and the thumping of the beast paws drive the blood thumping into your ears. You speed ahead, following the hound's cry, as when a split-finger spine crashes to the ground in front of you. A massive bear lunge into the gap and roars. It catches sight of you. You turn and race in the opposite direction, leaping over the fallen tree trunk. Pine cones crunch underneath. The bear lumbers after you. Its hot breath washes over the back of your neck, filling your nose with the rank odor of slaughter. You see a clearing just past a thicket of broadleaves and sprint towards it. As you break through the foliage, you see a massive lioness curled up in the clearing in front of you. With a last burst of energy, you divert the momentum and hurl yourself into the bushes. Any second now, you expect to feel the bear fall upon you, but a furious roar of the other side of the clearing draws your attention. The bear has stopped at the tree line. It swipes the empty air with claws large enough to rend armor, but it does not advance. The lioness, for her part, twists her body into a tight coil. She growls, her ears pressed against her head, but she makes no move to attack the intruder. Whose idea was it to stand here? You back deeper into the foliage, keeping your eyes on the two mighty predators. As you crawl backwards, the heel of your hand brushes something furred. A warm sigh grazes your cheek. You freeze in place, slowly turning your head to see what awaits you behind you. Two amber eyes shine in the darkness. Perhaps we ought to take our chances with the bear. Excuse me. Eyes meet your gaze. Briefly, they turn to the standoff in the clearing. The hound behind you yawns, fangs flashing. When you turn back, the lion and the bear have disappeared. In the place is a stone wolf's maw, gaping wide enough to swallow you whole. Beyond it is the outline of a temple, towering but indistinct. Blood must feed the maw, watcher. See that a true champion reigns. Turn back to Tyr and Grov. Okay. So that's that one. I'm just going to do that to each one of them. I'm not reading all those books and then trying to I'd have to write things down, and at least I'm guessing that's what you have to do. Ugh. Next. Are these all the same questions? Let's check. All there's viable live struggle. Oh, we can't. Shoot. Just forget that one. Check this one. Okay, so we know it's not. What was it? I don't even remember. The third one? I have to pay attention. Okay. Make sure it's saved. Click on it. Wait, let's read it again with smart. Nope, that wasn't it. Nope, that wasn't it. Okay, I won't say that anymore. Your words seemed to ring in the air, your voice rendered melodic and lilting by some unseen art. You shut your eyes to pray as you wait in darkness. The world around you changes. You feel sunlight, bright and warm, on your face. A light breeze carries music to your ears. As vivid as these sensations feel, you somehow know they are not real. You look around and find yourself standing in an open-air temple built on a mountain summit, filled with elves, orlins, and assorted other kith. Ringing the entire scene is a fringe of trees, their verdant branches filled with birds of all different colors, shapes, and sizes. A paradise for those who would waste their lives exploring the meaningless while corrupting the meaning of the real world. Oh, you set these trees ablaze, Watcher. Everyone is singularly absorbed in a particular pursuit. An Orlin sits with canvas, paintbrush in his hand, and jars of green, blue, and yellow pigment in his feet. An elf and an Amua standing to the side are locked in conversation, their expressions dancing with delight. Still others scribble stanzas of poetry, of crude sketches on skeins of paper, losing themselves in the dialect minutiae of lines and syllables. You feel the breeze again, and two elves basking in the sunlight shiver. Look at this place. All these people come together to share their creation, and Connor frowns. What on earth is that painting supposed to be? The largest group gather in the middle of the temple. They sing a lush, chaotic harmony composed of several complementary melodies. Others drift towards the singers in ones and twos as if buffeted by a gust of wind or a phrase of the song. A ripple passes through the trees. You think it's the wind, but the chirping changes to screeching. Hundreds of birds take to the skies, all headed in one direction, away. The devotees glance at the trees, just barely distracted from their activities, but the wind picks up, scattering their pages of poetry and art, ripping the songs from their lips. They look forward, and you follow their gaze. A dark shape blots out the sun. You can't tell what it is, but as it unfolds and expands, it seems to fill the sky. The wind roars over the summit. That explains the birds. Before you can flee, a shadow falls over the temple. It begins as a strain in the corner and spreads, blotting out the flagstones. It reaches the nearest kith, Blackford Orland. The darkness swallows her, leaving only a puff of smoke in her place. The two elves that you saw earlier, a man and a woman, flee. You get a brief image of them huddled in the shadow of a mountain. They seem to see you too, and they reach out, calling silently after you. The others, however, seem frozen. As the shadow advances, they likely vanish one by one. The driving gale scatters their ashes and the charred remains of their creation. The grieving mother holds her head. Songs of joy turn to screams of agony. What purpose, what lesson could possibly lie behind such destruction? You look up again at the source of the shadow, but the eclipsed sun forms a blinding corona around the thing. You can't make out any details. You can, however, feel heat. Restore my temple. You look down and find yourself standing next to Hyla's shrine in Tir Everon. Your pulse still races and your skin is damp with sweat from your strange encounter. Ugh. My throat is dry from all this reading. Let's see. So that's 2.
All right, then.
So that was 3 and 5 on the list. That's not it. None of them been... I'm brute forcing this because there we go. There's a rippling shift. See, I don't think I'm gonna read all these.